Why does it have to be a classified briefing if these are just hobbyist drones, they're not military drones? Why is it a classified briefing on the Capitol Hill?
I'd have to refer you to Congress on that.
We are preparing to attack the United States from American soil. We are going to get hit, and we're not taking the necessary precautions to protect these bases and to protect the American people.
Okay, people on Drone Talk, I'm looking for a video. I'm not trying to sound alarmist, but it's really weird. It's disappeared. Basically, it was this guy in his like 30s that had a military outfit on. He looked to be in a military vehicle, and he was just kind of being straight up, and he was like saying how, guys, I'm just letting you know, like, down, like I would get prepared, and like he was saying all sorts of like kind of alarmist. Obviously, it's the internet. Don't know how valid it was, but like, you know, outside looking in, it looked pretty legit.
No, help him! Is it falling?
We are getting closer to learning more about what these drones are and where they've come from.
Man, there's still so many questions in regards to these drones and orbs, which are now being referred to as plasmoids, and I'm pretty sure majority of us haven't even really came to a conclusion as to where these things are coming from, especially these plasmoids. This video could help, because in this video there's going to be multiple examples of where these things could have came from, both the drones and the plasmoids. So I hope y'all ready. Let's watch.
That's the freaking answer. So these are called plasmoids, and the drones are actually probably government drones chasing these plasmoids, and they don't want us to know how important these are. These are magic.
And it's all about these geometric shapes and plasmoids. And I've now only, after digging into science, realized that that's really what these orbs are, is a plasmosphere. So whoever had sent me this, and they basically say, like, this power is unlimited.
Have you heard the theory behind orbs, aka plasmoids? Take a listen.
Okay, plasma is the fourth state of matter. It is in plasma balls, it is lightning, it is ionized gas. This can create fluorescence, which is in the aurora borealis, lightning, fluorescent light, neon lights. It's also, plasma is also the sun.
Well, wow, we can almost explain everything that we're seeing here now. We can say that this is a field of plasma, this ball. It's a non-radiating barrier, the edge of it, is basically where the magnetic field stops. They're basically shielding the 0 point energy in front of the orb, which allows it to just flow freely. This is all about free energy.
So basically these plasmoids have literally been studied by the government since the 50s, and now they're appearing in our atmosphere instead of just space where they can be hidden away. Plasma will have to do with how we travel in the future. It will have to do with interdimensional communication. It's going to have to do with healing cancer. It's going to have to do with cleaning the air, and these things are already happening. It has to do with us being able, when we interdimensionally travel, we're probably going to be using these same kind of things in the future, way in the future.
At this point, I've heard a few different creators talk about these plasmoids and how they will be basically tools that will aid us in the up and coming future. But that's just one theory. There are a multitude of other reasons in regards to what people believe the real truth behind these appearances of these plasmoids. Let's listen.
This is it for us, as scientists have confirmed thousands of world-ending biblical creatures are now out of hiding, and everything we know about religion is coming true. People were terrified after one man on a plane noticed the plasmoids in the sky were not only bright, but humming, moving, changing color, and exploding, exactly as it was written in the Bible since day one. And our planet is gearing up for a supernatural biblical ending with the date potentially already set. In Luke 21:25, the Bible mentions that the sign of end times would be in the sky, mentioning celestial disturbances, with people saying that the recent plasmoids are doing exactly that. With haunting footage showing just how many of them exist throughout the world now, to even government drones going near it and completely crashing out, and even one woman recording it getting seemingly angry when she mentions Jesus and God.
Can you talk to me? Can you hear me? Jesus loves me. Oh, you know Jesus.
It's important to note a lot of these sightings are likely from the camera playing tricks, and we might all just be fine.
It's funny how in this video, when the guy talked about the woman mentioning Jesus Christ's name, that the orb got angry, when in other videos that I've seen, you know, that perception is different. It's a more of a positive one. It's like the orb heard Jesus and it heard something that is connected to. It's quite interesting to see all the different ideas in regards to what these things could possibly mean. Let's watch.
Okay, if you want your mind completely blown open by these plasmoids, I'm about to explain why they're literally a symbol of the divine feminine. They are carrying conscious life forms inside of them, higher intelligences that are visiting us, that have messages for us. and I'm going to tell you how to listen to them. Hang on, this is going to be a very wild deep dive. Okay, so we're pretty clear by now that the drones are probably not higher intelligences because they would not use earthly drones. But these drones are chasing and studying these plasmoids because they have messages for us that will kind of upset capitalism. This might sound a little woo-woo, but these balls of plasma, these plasmoids, are literally here to give us messages to make humanity better, to improve humanity. They are benevolent. They are not to be feared.
Well, plasmoids. Plasmoids, as it says here, are donut or toroidal-shaped clusters of net protons or net electrons that once captured and placed into a toroidal orbit are capable of absorbing, storing, and releasing enormous amounts of energy within their self-generated and structured electromagnetic containment field. Plasmoids, in effect, function as an atomic battery that can be self-charging due to its ability to convert matter to available clean energy. So it's a lot to get into, and I think it would take us kind of off what we're here to talk about.
But
today,
at least what's promising is that there is some, at least, research or understanding.
And it's actually quite mature at this point. And in order to avoid the kinds of fate that befell Tesla and Reich, Robert Oppenheimer, Victor Schauberger, and so many others that were working in these fields, all kind of converging on this same insight. It's been conducted in secret. The laboratory that they've been developing this is in the Maldives, so that it's been immune from government interference. And now I think it's about ready to go to the next
level. I can imagine level was about to be the next word that was going to come out of his mouth. But to think about that, right? That there's an entity out there, or should I say an organization, where they are working on these reusable, renewable energy sources. And I don't know if some released out into the world and now we have these plasma balls in the sky, or if they deliberately did them. But that would make sense as to why the government is sending these drones up in the sky to try to do some reconnaissance on what these orbs are and figure out where they're coming from. Because if they are potential sources of free energy, then there's somebody out there that is trying to do good by us, and the government is not trying to have that. Let's entertain the idea for a second that these orbs are some sort of energy that is also life, because these things are living. They're living energy that, if harnessed, could be used for sustainable energy. Of course, our government is going to do everything in their power to gain access to these orbs, rather it be to end them, shut them down, destroy them, or harness them for their energy themselves. What do y'all think?
What the fuck is this, bro? What the fuck is this? Why are they over a cemetery? Hey, y'all better get right with God, man. Y'all get right with God, bro. Oh my God, the cops are down there saying go back to your house, bro. Yes, come here. Look at this shit. The cops are down here saying we have to go back to our houses because they don't want us to film it. Yo, something big is finna happen, bro.
I want y'all to think about it for a second, just how not okay it is that we don't know enough about what's going on in the skies. They need to be coming out and telling us, and they need to tell us soon. I really believe that something is about to go down. Comment down below if you also feel like something major is about to happen in the next couple of months.
Yes, it's true that we have been in contact with your government and heads of power. It is also true that agreements have been made and kept secret from your people. It is also true that in the past, some of your people have lost their lives or have been badly hurt to protect this secret. Our hands had no part in this. We contacted your leaders because your planet is in grave trouble. Your leaders said the vast majority of your population wasn't ready for anything like us yet. So we made time agreements with your leaders as to when your people would be made aware of our presence. You have an overwhelming amount of nuclear and biological weapons, which include nuclear and biological contamination. Warning, it is almost to the point of being too late. There are better ways of deriving energy and food needs without causing your planet any damage. Those in power are aware of this.
It's only speculation that that was an actual message left to us by aliens. But if it was indeed, then it just goes to show you that they have our interests at heart better than our own government does. Just looking at the comments from this video, it's very clear that now more than ever, the people of this country do not trust the government. Look at this one. Speaking to our leaders was their first mistake. Don't talk to our leaders, they are all corrupt. Show to us and you will know humanity. Our leaders would rather destroy the world than to let people live equally and happy. Wait, aliens are more human than our corporations? I want to change teams. Sign me up. Beam me up too. I'm ready to go. Look at this comment right here. Got almost 900 likes. Please help us aliens. I swear if the aliens do come, that they actually do come to help us. This is what I want to happen if the aliens do come. And look, this idea just came to mind, so don't buy too much into it. I'm not even buying too much into it. I'm just sharing this crazy thought that just popped in my head. If the aliens do come, I hope they come for good. I hope they come to help us, and I hope they take over the government. And I'm not talking about the reptilians that might already be in government. I'm talking about some actual kind-hearted extraterrestrials that want better for us, because they might find some sort of use for us in a good way. Rather it be collaborating on a greater cause, whatever it may be. I hope they come and take over our government and fix everything. Everything that we're doing wrong, they need to fix it. Get rid of all the nukes. Get rid of all the bad food that's causing harm to all the citizens of the world. Get rid of the pesticides, and have another alternative. Maybe greenhouse the entire planet. I don't know, but we need help. Please. Help us.
There's no clouds.
Shh, quiet.
That's a UFO,
look at it. Look at it
dude.
on the camera. It's like a dome.
That's a UFO.
Quiet.
What the? Like literally,
Look
dude,
at that
that's
thing.
weird in the sky right there.
Dude,
Dude, are we watching a comet or a shooting star falling?
No, that's not moving quick enough. There's no tail. That's a UFO.
There's no blue or red lights. Look, something's coming off.
What the?
Whoa, bro. Coming right here.
Like that. It's not like an aura coming off.
I've never seen anything like it.
I got my video on it too. We all are gonna video this shit.
What the is that?
Dude, this is nuts.
Look at the UFO around it.
Look how the light's going off in two sides,
look,
though.
look, it's moving. Look at the lights are moving around it. What the fuck? It's hovering. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I see that.
Look, it's going up. It's taking off. No way.
What the?
What the fuck? It went out to space.
What?
It just went out to space.
What the?
It just went out to space.
What the fuck?
Holy
oh my!
shit.
Hey guys, Vandenberg could have launched something.
As you were saying,
that could have been
as you were
Vandenberg.
saying, no alien.
No way.
Bro, that
no.
One of the coolest things about this clip is that these guys all witnessed this together. They sound like a bunch of friends hanging out by a campfire. You can hear the crackling of the flames in the background. They all witnessed this thing together. They're going to all have this story to tell. They're going to be like, man, remember that night we were outside at the campfire and we saw that UFO in the sky? And they actually have it on camera as well. And they also have very convincing footage to back their claims as well. At first, I thought it could have been some sort of orb. One of the guys mentioned that it had what looked like was an aura around it. And that kind of aligns with what we know in regards to these orbs. Unless whoever or whatever entity that put these orbs out here, unless they have the ability to make them things go up to space, that could have just as well been a UFO, or UAP as they call it now.
People in Alexandria, Egypt thought this was the moon in the sky until it started getting larger. People in Alexandria, Egypt thought this was the moon in the sky until it started getting larger and changing color. This is near the pyramids of Giza, and it was spotted on Sunday around 6 a.m. and it lasted for a total of 5 minutes. This pink orb grew to be so large that people even in Libya could see it and were taking pictures. Here, look. This is another view of the glowing pink orb in the sky. Number one, what the fuck is this? Number two, why is it near the pyramids of Giza? I have a whole theory on that, but let's keep talking about this orb. And it's not just photos that we have of this glowing peak orb exploding in the sky. The fuck? The orb eventually turned into a cloud of smoke or vapor, whatever you want to fucking call this, and the witnesses said that it looked like an explosion with no sound and that it had a solid white light in the middle of it. And after the 5 minutes of it just chilling in the sky, it was gone. Now this very well could just be one of HAARP's projects in the ionosphere or one of SpaceX's launch leaving residual energy. But if you'll remember correctly, plasma bubbles were spotted over the Pyramid of Giza not too long ago as well. Are they coming back to where they started?
I'm gonna go ahead and say something that for some odd reason a lot of people aren't talking about anymore, and that's the fact that this whole thing could be a part of Project Bluebeam. And for those of you that don't know what Project Bluebeam is or forgot, it is a conspiracy theory that NASA and some other powerful forces are in bed together to create a new world order. Like I said before, and this is all speculation, that this stuff could be a distraction to bring about a potential new world order. What do you guys believe?
Late night update. Biden and Harris cancel their vacation plans and head straight to the White House in the middle of the night. They're calling it an emergency. We don't know if this is about the drones. We don't know if it's about the bird flu in California's state of emergency. It was also reported that Russia just sent 2 ballistic missiles that hit Ukraine. So this could be about a couple of things. But ahead of the New Jersey ban that banned all airspace from everything, all drones, it was reported by Bethany Frankel, which is our newfound correspondent on the street about all things drones, says that tonight has been the most active night of ever since it started. So this could be about a couple of things, but it's kind of concerning that they're willing to cancel the holiday trip and have an emergency meeting at the White House. This is starting to be COVID 2.0, 2020 2.0. And I just want to understand what's happening. I want the government to be truthful and tell us what's happening, because they're treating us like we're not mature enough to understand anything or have the capabilities to handle information and be able to not panic. So what's your guys' thoughts on this?
Now, he mentioned Bethany Frankel, so we're going to have to check out what it is that she's saying too, because she's on the ground covering all this stuff in regards to the UFOs, the orbs and everything. He made a statement about this being like Rona all over again. And it had me thinking about the uptick in people wearing face masks that I've been seeing as of lately. But what if the aliens were coming and Rona was coming back too? Boy, we would be in hell. I don't want to get sick again. I'm sick now. I ain't trying to get that sick again. On top of the fact that if these aliens are evil or mean to us, then hopefully the Rona will handle them. Cause heck, we barely survived that man-made plandemic. Nah, we came out strong. It didn't take out nearly as many people as they thought it would. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Bethany Frankel.
Let's clear up some fake news. So many of you are saying that Kamala and Biden are at the White House for an emergency, and I have not seen that in the mainstream media. Also, people are shocked by the size of these things. If you haven't seen one, it will surprise you to know that they're the size of a mid-size vehicle to like an SUV. Also, one very credible person, and I saw a TikTok on this in addition, have said that NASA shut down their live stream of the world. It was a recorded loop. So there you can go on there and like look at the Earth, and it was shut down. Their live feed. And I'll reiterate that I've been told that the reason they are out at night is because the Earth's surface cools. So buildings and cars, I guess, and structures, they're warm in comparison. There's a contrast, and that during the day, that any like radiation or anything like that won't be detected as easily during the day because of at night there's a greater contrast. During the day you have the sunlight, daylight, and at night there's a greater contrast to find something. This makes sense, which is crazy.
Man, when I tell y'all there's so much to unpack when it comes to this evidence, this information, it's like, what can I hold on to as being truth? It's hard to know what to believe. Just gonna have to wait and find out for ourselves, right? I mean, I don't even know what that's gonna look like. What is that going to look like? Because if it's coming from the government, can we trust it? If it's coming from these news outlets and media, can we trust it? If it's not our own two eyes, can we trust it? Leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Don't forget to get the merch. Huh. See ya.